Now, heavy rains over the past few days have triggered multiple landslides across the main route leading to Da Nang City's Giang Commune. Although authorities have cleared the debris and reopened the road, traffic is only temporarily restored and could be blocked again after further heavy rain. Just a few kilometers away, Hong Son Commune has been isolated for more than 10 days with shortages of food and essential goods. Traveling through landslide zones remain extremely dangerous. Taking advantage of brief periods of dry weather, local authorities and residents are transporting supplies and daily necessities to vulnerable areas to prepare for recurring natural disasters. Now, Zalai province suffered severe damage after Typhoon Kalmaegi made landfall, particularly in coastal areas. Strong winds tore off roofs, collapsed houses, and damaged fishing boats, despite efforts by local fishermen to secure them. Immediately after the storm, armed forces were mobilized to assist residents in recovery efforts. In the hardest hit areas, including Degi, Gat Tien, and Ngome communes, border guard units assisted with debris removal, home reconstruction, and transportation restoration. In Phu My Nam Commune, local police and rapid response teams helped re-roof houses, remove fallen trees, and repair damaged fences, prioritizing the elderly and those living alone. Across the province, nearly 200 houses were destroyed, and over 12,000 had their roofs blown off.
In the Mekong Delta region, high tides are setting new records, surpassing the historic peak of 2022. And after reaching 2.35 meters on Friday evening, water levels in central Kanto City rose in many streets. In heavily flooded areas, water receded slowly, disrupting daily life.
At Binh Thuy Market, normally bustling with buyers and sellers, streets and market areas are now deeply flooded, and livelihood activities have come to a halt.
I prepared less than half my usual goods, but still had to stay until noon to sell out. With the flooding like this, no one comes to the market. Normally, the market is busy in the morning, but when water levels are this high, all sellers stay home.
Many streets in the city are also deeply submerged. At this time of the day, when people are going about their normal morning activities, parents face additional challenges taking their children to school.
The water is too high, we can't use vehicles, so we walk or ride bicycles. I worry that my child might slip and fall in the flooded areas on the way to school.
Rising waters has led to drains overflowing, such as here, reaching the yard of Binh Thuy Primary School. Morning classes were seriously disrupted.
The school has 9 ground floor classrooms affected by flooding. For the impacted classes, we have rearranged students to other rooms. After the water recedes, staff will clean up to restore the classrooms for the children.
According to Kanto City Hydrometeorological Station, tide levels will remain very high for the next 1 to 2 days. The livelihoods of the city's residents continue to be affected.
And efforts to restore electricity in central Vietnam are being accelerated. As of 7 a.m. Saturday, nearly 1.13 million customers, accounting for 68% of those affected, have had their power restored. Central Power Cooperation units are mobilizing all resources with local authorities to help the rest in need. All substations are now back in operation, ensuring main power supply for the region. In the severely affected and flooded areas of Gia Lai, Đắk Lắk, and Quảng Ngãi provinces, power companies are working urgently to reconnect electricity. The goal is to complete restoration by November the 10th or Monday next week.